Hi, my fellow Virgos. Welcome to your reading for March 2021. This, of course, is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Horizon. Those intuitively to the reading, intuitively guided to the reading, and that's exactly what it was. You were guided. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. And some of you may be here checking up on a Virgo. Understand that your guides know that, so you'll probably receive messages also. So anyway, welcome everyone. I can't believe it's March. Very happy that it's March. So I have to tell you, since I kind of retired and have now put all my effort into my tarot business, it's great not having to leave the house. It's one of the things I hated most when I was working, when I had to drive far, is, not that snow even bothers me. I'm from Pennsylvania, but it's just, So anyways, it's one of the perks of working from home. Alright guys, we are going to start with our Mother Mary deck. She has been fantastic in the readings. So we're going to keep going with it. Keep going. We're going to, hopefully one will come out, one or two, and then we will read it in the end. And I'm telling you, I don't know why I'm still amazed, but after every reading, I'm like amazed at what I read from the book and how it like, I don't know, it just applies to the readings so much. So flipped around. Feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Feminine. Alright, let's bring the tarot right in. This is the Tarot of Dreams. All these cards are already pre-shuffled, but I know many of you appreciate me shuffling with you here. If nothing else, just get into the rhythm of it. There's something about the cards hitting the table to me. I just love that sound. Alright. Many of you know I live with a Virgo who has a Virgo moon also. Hello, Virgo. It's all Virgo in this house because it's just the two of us. Alright, we open with the Empress, which is a good thing. Feminine's right above that. The Empress is someone who's very nurturing, but she's also very strong. I just feel like, I don't feel like anyone could pull the wool over her eyes. And usually the reason being is I've been there, done that. I've seen that path. I've experienced it. So I know what I want to experience and what I don't. She's someone who's very clear about where she's at. Maybe she wasn't clear during the journey, but now she is. I'm just noticing all the fresh vegetables and fruit. She's very bountiful here, and this could certainly be the reward of like the hard work you put in. Also, number 3, and though I read her more, I read her as all the signs. I know that she's supposed to be attached. I think it's to Taurus. And another sign, but to me, she's all the queens. and all those journeys, because she's been there, she's done that. Doesn't mean that she's old. You know, I had many experiences in my young life. Okay, well, let's see. Let's keep going. We have the Eight of Coins. Interesting. And look at this. We have Temperance. You know, I know many times in your reading, I talk about self-employment for you. Whether, it's because something, let's just say like the coronavirus, right? And so many now are working from the home, or, your job has ended. This has given you perfect, like if you're searching, should I do something? This is giving you the answer, because this is saying, with all the experience, or let's say the wisdom. Now, listen, I want to tell you something. You don't have to be old to have wisdom. That's what that's the one thing that might get in the way with my daughter when she reads tarot, or she thinks it anyways, that she doesn't lived enough life, um, though she has lived a lot of life, to then advise. And I try to tell her, like, um, she definitely does. She's someone who definitely has reflected back. She's definitely someone who has seen her own part in things, definitely. Um, but anyway, I know you don't, and she's a Scorpio, by the way. Anyway, I feel like that's the one thing that she doubts of. So anyway, Temperance is here, and this is talking about divine timing, right? All things happen in their timing. And when it's not time, it's not time. When it's not time, let's say this is something you did want to bring out into the world, um, because it's showing you working on it, and it's showing you focusing on that. Maybe you're focusing to ultimately be the Empress, right? Where I can be both strong and nurturing. Temperance is here. So first of all, I feel like when Temperance shows in your reading, what powerful energy, Temperance and the Empress together here. But this is energy, I feel like, it's very divine. It's very meant to be when it's meant to be. You know what I mean? It's divine order. So it's almost like it is going to happen. But Temperance teaches us patience. Have patience in the process. Keep your focus upon what it is you want to grow, especially with the Eight of Pentacles here. Whatever it is that you want to grow from this energy, absolutely you can do it. And it may say, for some of you, it is starting at the beginning, learning as you go. I feel like in the Eight of Coins, I may start as an apprentice, but I will leave as the master. You know what I'm saying? Some of you may have even reached that level. So Temperance may be talking about, make sure you're ready, right? It's about the present moment. Okay, let's keep going. She's got a burning ring of fire. Burning ring of fire. And I go down, down, down. It's funny, I'm looking at, this is a rather new deck for me, so, and I love it, new decks, because, like, the image just pops to me. So I'm noticing a couple things here. First of all, she's naked. And to me, that means this is about, being your authentic self. Trusting in your authentic self and your authentic gifts, right? You call them gifts, but it's really what your soul wanted to do anyway. So, but in our human condition, it feels like a gift. I noticed from that ring of fire shoots out well, it looks like a pentacle. Who knows what it is? But I feel like what it's doing, it's coming right to you. You know, it's almost like you're receiving epiphanies. You're receiving guidance to create whatever it is you're meant to create. And ultimately, you're either already at the Empress or you will be. And I do feel like it's a little bit about patience. You know, things may take longer than I normally like. Maybe I give up because something's taking too long. And I don't really feel that. I feel more the Eight of Coins. It's something that's pulling you in. I definitely feel like you're being pulled into a certain type of energy, a certain craft. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. So, you know, this may be your own business. You know, it could certainly be your own business. I often think of the King or the Queen of Pentacles as a business owner, as the supervisor, that type of thing. So, King of Pentacles is about seeing the big picture. You know, maybe I'm trying to control everything right now, and, you know, King of Pentacles is saying, see the big picture of it. Okay. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Sitting next to Sagittarius, I have to point that out. You know, this could certainly be calling for someone to work more out of their feminine energy. If this is in any way related, you know, because I'm noticing the Empress is really over this King. And I'm not feeling anything like, you know, the King is like, you know, doesn't feel fair or anything like that. I feel like this King kind of understands. You know, you may, you know, whatever you do, whatever you did do, I don't know. I just feel like this King understands that what you do is important, even if you don't think it is. But I do feel like what it does is it's almost like I make more money than the King, and the King's not upset about that, you know. Though the King of Pentacles would be a little bit like, ugh, you know, not because I want to be in competition with you, but the King of Pentacles is someone in the light, which I feel like he is, understands it, right? Like he's seeing the big picture of something about you. And it's interesting I'm saying he. It doesn't have to be, first of all, a him. And it doesn't have to be an earth sign. And for some of you, this is you. So, you know, listen to this from the King's perspective. Maybe not the or listen to it in a whole, really. I shouldn't have said that. So anyway, the reason why I'm saying that is also you have feminine up here. So I feel like, you know, maybe it's been all work and no play. And maybe it would do you good to have a little play. Okay, look at this with 7 of Coins. Guys, this is telling you, first of all, you already have divine energy. You know, I think of Temperance as the kind of like the angel that controls time, so to speak, on your path, right? I'm not talking about on a worldly path. I'm talking about your individual angels or guides, angels and guides, having specific jobs that they're meant to do for you, to help you along the way. And it's interesting because here is this thing like shooting out. It's almost like I don't know, a ricochet, though, I don't know. But it's shooting out. It's almost taking on a shark's tail. Not a shark, but like a dolphin's tail. But anyway, it feels like, boom, it comes down to the 7 of Pentacles. Well, okay, let's talk about the 7 of Pentacles. So, 7 of Pentacles, much like Temperance, is about patience. There's your lesson. If you want to know what is the lesson, there it is. Patience, right? That's their main, if they're teaching you anything, it's patience. And then it's about trusting and then releasing. I feel like even though there's a lot of pentacles here, and a lot of pentacles, a lot of times, can certainly control a situation. Sometimes meant to, and maybe sometimes not to. But anyways, what am I trying to say? So something comes about at its divine time, and I can almost trust in that. And I feel like what you also want to really trust in is your intuition and what you're being guided towards. Or that you were guided towards something, and you now, it's almost like the head of the company. Um, I don't know. But you do it in a way where it's very beneficial. Like if I don't know, like if you're a healer, um, you may think that you're only healing this small part, but I feel like it does ripple out, and you are part of healing the earth. So, trust in that. This is a time to really, really trust. Whatever she's holding, it looks like a little baby, and that talks about something takes 9 months, right? That can talk about a cycle. Allow the full cycle to open and complete. Anyway, this baby is illuminated. And to my spirit. And it's interesting we have the Seven of Pentacles down here, because I feel like this is you giving birth to one of these pentacles or more. It's like giving birth to it, taking the time, right? Allowing it, and if you look at the image, it's a very relaxed type of image. He's not up trying to pick the pentacles off the tree, right? He's just sitting there with his trusty little dog. His baskets are there. So when it's time, right? This person knows that. This person trusts that. When it's time, right? When it's ripe, it's ripe. And how interesting that, to me, this baby looks like it's coming from the energy of I'm seeing the tree, and like all those seeds are your soul's desires. And how can not one is like being born. It is being born, and it is like of spirit. I don't know. Okay. Well, it's so funny because someone left me a comment and said, because I say I don't know so much, it makes me, I forget the word she used, less intelligent, let's say. And I agree. It's one of those habits that I try to break. And when I say I don't know, I do know. It's almost like I'm ending the sentence. I'm saying to spirit, like, okay, tell me more. I don't know. See, I don't know. But, I have been trying to break that forever. And I have the feeling I will never break it. If I do, I do. I don't mind it because I know what I mean by it, right? So understand that. It's not like I'm just saying, I don't understand anything that's going on here. No, I get it all. I get it very clearly. I think I use it like almost like an exclamation point at the end of the sentence. I don't know. Anyway, we have the Chariot. And I wasn't insulted by that comment at all, because I recognize that in myself, but I also recognize that I may have to let it go. I don't know. See? I don't even mean to do that. Anyway, there's the Chariot. Chariot, card of Cancer. Chariot is also a reward. And it's interesting because the Chariot is also your masculine and your feminine. And, when the Chariot shows, it's because there is a balance. And it's interesting that we get from Mother Mary the energy of feminine. So I feel like what this is saying is, don't forget about that energy. I don't know. And for a male, it can be the same thing. This is about nurturing. So let's see. Card of Cancer. I don't know if I said that. the 2 sevens in a row. 77. 77. I was 17. That was a good year. We have the 6 of Cups. Interesting. So this is about, usually, it's about memories. And because it's memories, it tells you it is of the past, right? It's the memories, you know, there's memories of the past that bring you a sense of joy, maybe a smile to your face. Now, this can be a particular person. This can be the time period. Some of you, I can't help but see the Chariot moving right into that. Some of you, I feel like this is about coming together with someone, whether it be in a financial partnership or in a love partnership. I, again, feel like, you know, you just will know when the timing is right. You know, it's like you give birth to the baby, and the baby is of light. You know, I feel like there are daughters who are following mothers. And I think that's a great thing. I just got goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like, so it tells me, like, some spirit was trying hard to get that out, and it came out. So, learning the craft, you know, it's very much like my daughter and myself. We have, hello, 2 of Cups. This is a soulmate coming under the King of Pentacles. I don't know why. I know I'm doing Virgo reading, but I don't know why, but I'm not seeing this King of Pentacles as a, well, I shouldn't say as a Virgo. I'm not feeling it so much as it's you. I feel like it's showing you, almost showing you their opinion of you, and it's very high. Now that the Chariot is here, it tells me that maybe, you know, at least in this lifetime, physically, we haven't been together. Now, that doesn't mean you weren't together. I mean, you weren't, you know, you weren't, you may have been in a relationship. I don't know why I'm putting any limit on that. Anyway, let's just put it this way. Here is the 2 of Cups. What comes with the 2 of Cups? The 6 of Swords. You have a lot of energy of moving away. Well, here, I mean, the Chariot, I shouldn't say it's this way, towards your future. It just feels very bright, I have to tell you. So we have the 6 of Swords coming over the 2 of Cups. I don't know why I put the 6 of Swords there, but I'm going to leave it there. So let's talk about the 6 of Swords, because it's important. In this energy, I have taken the time. I'm surprised there's not a 5 on the table. But in this energy, I have taken the time. Spirit has helped illuminate to me what was toxic in my life, whether it be a person, an old job, whatever it be, myself, all of that, probably everything. In the 6 of Swords, you know, I feel it's very much like the 5 of Pentacles, where you're somewhat the wounded warrior, right? Maybe you both are. Maybe life is just tough for everyone. Sorry, I got a lot of rattling in my chest. But in the 6 of Swords, I'm moving forward, right? What it talks about in the 6 of Swords is where you've been, which is very rough waters, but then where you're moving. So that ability to see what was toxic and then say, no more, right? I'm the Empress. No way. No, enough is enough, right? I'm not going to live my life that way anymore. So I make the conscious effort to, whether I have to physically move away from it or almost like, I don't know, I rise above it. I know that you rise above it. But anyway, so it moves you from these choppy waters into much more calmer waters. much more calmer waters. And the Two Cups is in the calmer water. So I feel like whether I've been with this person before or not, and by the way, the reason why I feel confused is because I feel like there's probably been past lives. So I feel that there's been past lives. I'm feeling that connection, yet I feel like in this lifetime, maybe it hasn't, it just hasn't been time for it to reach a certain stage. And I feel like, here it comes. Like, here it comes. First of all, you're showing up as the Empress, so you're showing up strong, right? But what you've done in the Empress is you said, you know what? I'm not going to let the past determine who I become today. Because who I decide to become today will most certainly determine what my tomorrow will be. So the Empress looks at it a different way. If it happened, it was meant to be. So what was I supposed to learn? What did I need to learn? What did I need to learn? That may have taken some time. It's interesting. She's holding a baby. I'm thinking 9 months. You're certainly talking about going into like hermit energy, the 9, right? But nonetheless, out of all that energy, I feel like epiphanies have been sent to you. And I mean signs guiding you towards something that I feel like ultimately maybe it opens one part of yourself up that, then the universe says, hey, this person's ready for more, right? Because there's balance. Okay. We have faith in this card. It's the Hierophant. Just look at this person. This person, I feel like, first of all, just it's an image of someone praying, right? And to me, I can feel the conviction behind it, the belief behind it, the knowing. I should say that, the knowing that what I'm praying about is being heard. Here's our 5. So 5 is about change. 5 is about being graceful. That could be why feminine energy is coming out, male or female, by the way. Hierophant is about our higher wisdom, our belief system. Is it in check, right? Is it in check? What have I allowed to attach to me through my life? All these little attachments. Like, can I just pull them off? So the Hierophant is definitely a higher way of thinking about something, a higher way of thinking about life. Knowing that when I pray, I know it's being heard. And, Temperance being of divine energy. It's almost like God is sending you your angel here that controls when something is ready. When it's ready. And so we have the 6 of Swords, the toxicity. We have to look back. There's the 5, almost like where I was. Somehow took me out of my own belief system. But it is finding your way back to you. It definitely is finding your way back to you. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot, and let's go a little bit deeper. So we have this 2 of Cups attached to the 6 of Cups. So, and it's interesting, the Temperance is above that, right? Divine is above that. And above the 6 of Cups. So I feel like, who knows? This king could be someone who's very like-minded. Let's just put it this way. I feel like in some way there's a reconnection to someone of the past. I feel like this person is a soulmate. And I feel like don't have regret here if this is something that was together and then is no longer. If it's meant to be, if it's meant to be. And I don't mean by what you think is meant to be, but truly, is it meant to be? Or was someone just a karmic lesson? I shouldn't say just. That's an important job too, I suppose. Um, we have the High Priestess coming over the Empress. So right away that tells you this is talking about a healer's type energy. And I feel like it's you, whether you know it or not. First of all, you have to heal yourself, right? How can you heal someone else if you don't heal yourself? And in the Empress energy, that's what you're doing. Some of you, I mean, you've gone back into your belief system. It can be religious, whatever it is, and it has served you well. Like I feel like it has really served you well because the High Priestess. I feel like I don't know. I feel like you now are the healer. It's also your intuition. Intuition. She's looking right back at feminine. I remember when I was a kid, I can never say that word. I wanted to put too many M's in. Like I literally had to practice and practice. Look at that. Now we're about to go over the Eight of Pentacles. And that is maybe why I'm saying that. Something that you may have to just continue to practice. Just because you're being guided towards something doesn't mean that everything just opens magically. What it means is the next step is there to take. And, you always have control of it. You can turn your focus away from that and say, nah, totally up to you, right? But if you want your guided path, I definitely feel like you have been guided. Look at this. We have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Don't be surprised if someone from the past comes in and again, like you've been more in your masculine energy than your feminine energy. I mean, here's this Ace of Cups. Right next to your intuition. Right next to the High Priestess. High Priestess says you want in the veil. You have to, you reach the energy and then the veil opens. We have the Six of Swords coming over Temperance. You know what? I don't know. Maybe someone else has to also get into the same energy. Here we have the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords. Huh, interesting. We have the King of Pentacles coming over the King of Pentacles. You know what? I may have talked about me being with the Virgo because this may be for some of you Earth, two Earth signs. Can also talk about very like-minded. For some of you, it's two Kings of Pentacles. But interesting. I just find that so interesting. Okay, I think I'm going to stay on that. Look at that. Here's the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is, you being invited into this next part of your journey. It shows you what type of energy you're moving into, and that is the Wands energy. And it's interesting because here in North America, we're moving into the spring. And it's kind of what I feel like. Here's a new season opening up for you. And if you want to peek into it, it's the Wands journey. So the Wands is fire, and passion, and desire, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's lessons on there, right? One of them is, let's just jump to the end of that journey for a second. One of the lessons, maybe I can learn it right now, right here. One of the lessons is be careful that I don't automatically take on other people's responsibilities as my own. I have to use my discernment. Um, It doesn't mean any of that's even going to happen. It's it depends on you, really. Anyway, here's this path opening up. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Death card coming over the Seven of Pentacles. And then look at this, guys. We have the Four of Wands, the Marriage card, the Commitment card. This is two people making a commitment to each other, maybe for eternity. Maybe that commitment's already happened, and the seed is now being born. And this seed on your, it would make sense because you're starting what I feel like the wand path. It would make sense that here is the Four of Wands. So, I kind of find this lovely because I feel like this is someone else walking side by side with you on this journey of life. Maybe even walking it alone. Do I feel like there's anything that you need to do to get there? Well, you have the Death card next to that. Death card is, first of all, it's Scorpio. Death card talks about when something's over, it's over, right? When certain things in our life are ending, understand many times it's because they're meant to. It means something new. Another seed is coming to fruition, but you don't know that, right? No, trust it. Trust. So the Death card says, don't resist me. Why? Because this is where the living begins. And how interesting that the Four of Wands is being born from that energy. The commitment of love. I find it kind of beautiful. And then you have the Ace of Cups right above it. Under it, you have the Chariot. So that tells us the part of this energy is, this can talk about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, each needing to come into balance. And maybe why we're seeing these two kings with the two there. Maybe have two roads to take. Maybe there's two roads I could take. But this one's being illuminated, and I don't know. Your soulmate's on it. Not only your soulmate, but look at the energy that it brings you to. Beautiful energy around this Four of Wands. This commitment to each other. The Ace of Cups, unconditional love. That means we can forgive, right? That means that we understand that we are human, right? But we are also spirit. It's interesting. Again, I see that baby looking like a spirit baby. And having intuition on top. It's almost like she's a fairy, and just so free. Just free. And it may talk about love, right? She's just like, I don't know. She's allowing her feminine side to show. It's almost like she just dances. She's dancing in the wind. Anyway. So, in a way, Temperance is saying, do you want to know what I'm waiting for? No, of course we do. Well, we have the Six of Swords over her. Six of Swords is knowing when the ending is the end, right? Six of Swords is moving away. It's almost like, that toxicity is not going to change. So what has to change is you, or your willingness to be a part of it, right? It's almost like, what's that saying? Like, don't cast your pearls before hogs or pigs. I'm sorry. I should get that right. But what it means is, you plant a seed. If it correct, like you plant your seed, and between, let's say, people you work with or your group of friends or whoever, if it grows, it'll grow. But maybe not all are meant to, right? And the Six is looking at that, really, really looking at that. and making a decision, even though maybe I still feel a little weighted. I am, it's almost like I'm in search of a better world. Well, hang on to your hat, because the boat is, or the ship is heading right to that Two of Wands, has to travel through this king. Is maybe where this king jumps on my ship. And then here we go, down through the Two of Wands. Because we have the Four of Wands. It's also touching the Eight of Pentacles. So this is saying also, again, think of this relationship as your seed, right? Both of your seeds. If you take care of it, if you nurture it, if you water it, if you give it enough sunlight, all of that. If I keep it in the dark, that seed's gonna probably wither away. But if I'm out in the light and I'm watering it and I'm nurturing it, it's going to grow and grow and grow. And here's the Four of Wands almost to prove that. Okay, let's keep going. I also feel like Temperance is saying, think about better times. Think about what has yet to come about and what you can help bring about. Look at that. We have the Hermit right over the Six of Cups. So, Virgo, it's interesting because in the Hermit, what is the Hermit illuminating in this image? And this is how I read Tarot, by the way. So the Hermit is looking at what's next, right? It's enough to light my next step. And what he's illuminating through his lantern is the Two of Cups. So, this is the beauty of spirit. This is the beauty of life, really. Because, if you look at it, as Virgo, Virgo females, like, what is our specialty? Our specialty is looking between the lines, seeing the things that others miss, and be able to take that and understand it. And many times, that is why you'll hear of a lot of female Virgo healers. I'm sure men also, but from my knowledge, I know a lot. I read for a lot of them. So anyway, this is what the Hermit's illuminating. The coming over the Six of Cups. So what this is telling me is the energy of the Six of Swords above it. I feel like I say this all the time in the reading, but it comes in different ways, and it probably will keep coming until all of you who come here see it for what it really is. You know what I mean? See, like, read between the lines of this reading. Or for some of you, be the King of Pentacles, see the big picture of why life is what it is, right? And the ability to do that within the Hermit. What comes next? We have the Queen. We have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She's our intuitive queen. She's our queen. I wonder why I took the 6 off. Should leave that. She's someone who, whether it's fire or not, it doesn't matter. What she's about is someone who is feeling some type of desire, right? She's looking back at the Two of Cups. Maybe I'm looking for my Two of Cups, who the other that's meant to be in my Two of Cups. Whatever it is, she's moving intuitively. And, much like the Empress, I feel like at this point, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. How interesting that she's lighting the Two of Cups, but so is the Hermit. And like both of them are illuminating this Two of Cups. Huh. but also the King of Pentacles. So I feel like we have a lot of earth energy, right? She's a fire. Again, I kind of want you to let go of, is someone, do they have to be this or do they have to be that? I don't know. I feel like you're thinking about the energy they're in, because I can be the Queen of Pentacles, but if need be, I can also be the Queen of Pisces, right? I can be the Queen of Gemini if I want to be. Maybe it's not natural at first, doesn't mean I'm not meant to walk it. Anyway, I want to go below these cards too. We have the Seven of Wands. And then look at this, we have the Chariot again. So, Chariot and the Chariot. Two Cancers, perhaps. But what's coming over that is the Four of Wands, or above it, I should say. So under it, it's almost like my foundation, what's meant to be, and what's on it, the Four of Wands, this type of commitment, and the Chariot showing. I have to tell you, for some of you, I feel like someone's on a very similar path as you are, and doesn't mean we're always at the same place at the same time, right? Temperance has control of that, right? We have two Six of Swords. So I feel like if it's talking about love, it's talking about two people who needed to see what's toxic in their life and move away from it. Two people had to do that. And Temperance is kind of like controlling, when the next step, when to send in the next sign. And you have the Hermit over that, right? So the Hermit is going within. First of all, you got to trust that there's a light within you, no matter how dark it feels. Sometimes that's the only energy that pulls us to the Hermit. And the Hermit energy is a very beautiful energy. So it's where I'm trying to find my connection to above, if I want to say above, right? As above, so below. It means I'm connected, and maybe I'm looking for a little divine help. All I have to do is ask, right? I feel like, honest to God, all you have to do is ask. And what is meant to be next will be illuminated to you. What you choose to do next is always going to be up to you. So, anyway, the Death card, under it is the Seven of Wands. So we got to talk about the Seven of Wands, because I feel like, in a way, it's what we have to give up, if we want to say that, or something we have to put to an end. Something we're willing to sacrifice for a much better life. I do. I feel like some of you are going on this discovery, like you're discovering the world, another part of the world. I don't know. But anyway, part of what needs to, or what would serve you to look at, first of all, would be ego. Seven of Wands is where I feel like I need to defend myself all the time. Maybe I used to have to defend myself all the time, and it's become habit. Kind of like when I say, I don't know, right? Or I do know. So I feel like in the Seven Wands, this is where, maybe it's both. I just have to know when to put my wands down. The Seven of Wands, listen, you can get someone else to see or to agree with you, but the way that it's done here, I feel like, is kind of like forcing it in a way. It's feeling that need to defend yourself. And I feel like what Spirit is saying, instead of defending yourself, get to truly know yourself. And if you truly know yourself, you don't need to defend yourself. You just don't need to. You can walk away with the Death card here, right? You can shut the door. You can go this direction instead, which has the Four of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Cups on it. Some of you have been praying for this, and by God, your prayers are being answered. All right. But anyway, very similar energy. So I feel like we're reading for both. You guys know I love the Four of Wands. This is where I don't have to force someone to want to be with me. They couldn't imagine not being with me. Even, this is accepting all parts of someone and working on what can be worked on, right? What does it do? It only makes us wiser, right? It only makes us wiser. And I don't know why I'm saying all that, but let's keep going. We have the Six of Pentacles. So we have two sixes. Six of Pentacles is a very Empress type energy. Very loving, very nurturing, very, what's the word I'm looking for? This is what I want to give, right? This is when I'm grateful for what I have and I want to help others in some way, right? No matter how little I have, this is me being grateful for it. And it's almost like, I don't know. I don't even know if I should say this because, the only thing I want to say in this energy is knowing who you're donating to. If it's something of the light and it helps to grow more light, then this is you giving. This is a very beautiful give and take type of energy. It's coming from the Six of Swords ultimately, with Temperance controlling that. So we could talk about, maybe to these Five Swords, I've been giving and giving and giving, but they can't appreciate something or me in the way that I feel I should be appreciated, right? Like my life is just as important as anybody else's life. So, Six of Pentacles becomes a gentle type energy. I give from my heart, and I'm also allowing myself to receive. Some people are like, what does that mean? It means when you're walking down the street, why I love my hometown? I grew up downtown. So I was always, downtown. I was always where the stores and everything are at. And what I remember, just walking down the street, is we all smiled at each other. We all would say hi, to total strangers. It didn't matter. It felt weird walking past someone and not smiling or saying hello, and and they don't want to acknowledge you. It felt weird. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like it's that type of energy. Some of you, I'm remembering a lot about my earlier times in my hometown because somehow you relate to that. What's last but not least? The Nine of Pentacles. Well, this is you in very independent type energy. This is you where you can take care of yourself, period. I often feel the Nine of Pentacles is about success, that you will have success, right? Why? Because you're willing to put the work in. Here it is, right? Even if it's you becoming the healer, whatever that means to you, I'm still willing to put the work in, right? You're being guided. And I don't know, I just feel like this journey, I would trust. Anyway, the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles also talks about your guardian angel. Your guardian angel may be helping to help you. Huh. Interesting. Some of you, you may meet them or reconnect to them somehow through what you do for a living. Maybe they do the same. Or maybe they've always been interested in it, or the other way around. Can you have it all? Yes, you can. Can you have a good career and beautiful love? Yes, you can. Right? You can. Pray about it. Know that it's not only being heard, but answered, really in quite the highest of energy, right? but it doesn't come without some sacrifice. And the sacrifice is knowing who you are amongst those who, well, anywhere. Getting to know who you truly are. And that means the understanding of everything you've gained, the wisdom that you've gained. You wouldn't have it otherwise. Can I just say that? Like, you had to go through the experience to really feel it, understand it. And it's funny because I feel like, when this life is over, some of you, I feel like you become like the kick-ass teacher. Like, man, did you live? Right? Like, look what you did here. These are the other spirits looking at you, right? Because you're coming back. This is what happened on Earth. Awesome. You did it. You decided to do it. I did. I did. This could even be coming together. Two people doing, working together. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to read this card. Feminine. Thank God I learned how to say it. It's funny, I still mess it up when I spell it sometimes though. Mother Mary demonstrates that you can be simultaneously feminine and strong. Her sweet and loving nature is balanced by a clear vision of her duty to God's will. Whether you're a woman or man, excuse me, you have a feminine and a masculine nature. This card comes to you as a message for you to allow your feminine side to be more present and accessible to others. Your femininity, okay, maybe I have to work on that word, includes virtues such as nurturing, tenderness, sweetness, softness, and a gentleness, as well as receptivity and intuition. In fact, in order for you to develop your spiritual gifts, including intuition, it's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. I mean, come on, guys. Did that not fit your reading perfectly? Wow. And I feel like what it's saying is don't regret, learn from it. Use it as, your tool. But when it comes to someone who's entering your life, and I feel like it's both. It's nurturing, right? Nurturing each other. And in the Four of Wands, that's exactly what's happening. So I feel like Mother Mary said it best, and I should leave it there. I truly loved this reading. So thank you for the honor of that. And I take my messages out of it too. Every reading, doesn't matter what sign it is. I know something is meant for me, but if it's meant for me, it's meant for someone out there too, and I know that. I'm just the vessel. Anyway, guys, how grateful I am for all of you, everyone. I want to thank you for the donations. I'm just reminding you this month that, what I do with the donations is, it gives me the freedom not to have to put ads in the video. I don't like the flow of it. I don't like the flow of it for you. I don't feel like the information is meant to be disturbed, and I have tried it. Like everyone, like, oh, well, will I make more money? And you do. But to me, it's not worth doing that. So your donations greatly help me do that. I just put it before the video and after the video, but nothing during the video. So thank you for allowing me to do that. It had always been so hard for me to put an ad in. I mean, really, like, where do I even put it? So thank you all. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome if you're new. I hope you found what it is that you need, and there's more to come. You know, I feel like this is ongoing guidance, right? Um, some of us may still be stuck back at the Six of Swords, and I'm just now realizing what's toxic. That's all right. Some of us are further along on the path. That's all right, right? Use us who are further along, and I'm only saying us because I'm already in this energy, and I did have to allow it, and you know, it just wasn't easy in the beginning. I don't mean us coming together, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about me. Anyway, um, so, you'll get through any hurdle. I know that. This is a time, guys, I feel more than ever, though, it should be always, you're trusting your intuition. Because I'm telling you, it is highlighting or illuminating your gift to a certain craft, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's in the healing modality. Um, but listen, just your presence alone, right? Walking in a room, it may heal and you don't even know it. So I love that that's how it's opening up this reading, and it may call for us to um, be more that energy. It's, and I do feel that, like you walk into a room, and if there's anxiety, like there's something about your presence where everybody calms down. I don't know if it comes from your words. I feel it's more your energy. This is something I feel like you're learning, and how powerful, right? Because it is powerful. This king may be looking up to you. Um, you could be a little bit older. Whatever the case, the Two of Wands is coming over that, and the Two of Cups below it. So, okay, here I am reading again. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. I feel like there's a lot of different messages in here. So this may be one of those readings where right now you're like, maybe, feels a little familiar, but you're not sure. Come back in like a week. When you intuitively feel like there's something in you, some type of energy change, come back and watch it again. And I have a feeling that what it is, maybe you need to hear at that time, will come to you at that time. And just trust in that. And it doesn't even have to be me in my reading. It's just, really, I want you to trust yourself. So anyways, what a journey, you're about to enter. I'm sorry. You're about to enter the Wands journey. And I think that's good. I think that's good. I love you guys. I always hate ending your reading, but I love you anyways. I will see you in the readings. Bye bye.